Hello friends, this month in September we have celebrated Teachers Day in India. 5th September is a teacher day, and so today I am going to talk about one of the greatest teacher of Materia Medica, Dr. J.T. Kent. And he was very famous teacher of Materia Medica of his time. He taught in various homeopathic colleges in America. He was the professor, HOD of Materia Medica department. And he's one of the biggest contribution to the homeopathic field is his book on Materia Medica. So let's talk about Kent's Materia Medica. And if you see, the title of the book is very interesting. The book is called as Lectures on Homeopathic Materia Medica. It is not book on homeopathic materia medica, but lectures. Why? Because this is the collection of the lectures given by Dr. Kent into homeopathic colleges. So if you read this book, you will understand the difference of this book from other materia medicas. So this is the lecture, right? And you will find the spontaneity in it. There will be a flow in it. And whenever you give lecture on any remedy, you talk about so many things. As I said, spontaneously so many things comes. You talk about your cases, your experiences, differentiation with similar looking remedies. And he spoke about so many things, right, with the remedy. He spoke about the condition of homeopathic practice in his era. He spoke about the what are the things needed to be done by the next generation in homeopathy. So many things. So when you read the Materia Medica from the Kent, any remedy, it is like a story, right? It get evolved. And why he felt need to collect, to compile this book, or to develop this Materia Medica. Because before Kent, the Materia Medica were like the listing of the proving symptoms. And all the proving symptoms were put under a scheme. General information, mind and head to toe, different particular symptoms. And Kent realized that it is very difficult or impossible to memorize all the symptoms. And you will be lost in the maze of symptoms. There are thousands of symptoms under especially polytrace remedies. So how can you remember all these symptoms? And you will be lost, you will not able to understand. And now today is the situation, it is impossible to remember name of all the remedies. Homeopathic pharmacopoeia is increasing day by day. There must be around 6,000 or more remedies in the homeopathy now. So forget about the remembering the symptoms. It is difficult to remember the name of all remedies. Then how we are going to practice? So Kent said, you should not memorize the Materia Medica, but you should understand the Materia Medica. And that is what Kent writes in his preface. Materia Medica can be understood but not memorized. And this is why, friends, I tell my student always, please read preface before reading the book. because author gives his idea, why he has written this book, what is the purpose of this book, how to read this book in the preface. So preface written by the author himself is the soul of the book, and you will not able to understand the book completely without reading the preface. So in preface, Kant writes, Materia Medica can be understood, and how to understand Materia Medica he has given with the example in his book. Okay, so what are the characteristics, what is the speciality of his book? So first thing is, he has written the, if you read the book, the Materia Medica, he said, I have used colloquial language, that means informal language. No very technical or clinical language he has used. A very informal way he has written to easily understand. Right? So we will able to understand how patient will present the symptoms. And second important thing, so what happened in initial days, the Materia Medica were the listing of symptoms. So all symptoms were looks disconnected, disjointed. So it is very difficult to remember a bunch of disconnected symptoms. So he developed the sort of continuity in all symptoms, and he presented a remedy in beautiful picture. And the method he has given is Materia Medica, called as pictorial Materia Medica or picture method. And Kant was the pioneer of the drug picture. So he pioneered this concept of drug picture to understand drug in a whole. Okay. So he has written his Materia Medica. Yes, there is a particular pattern, but it is not strict pattern. He starts the remedy with the general idea of remedy. What is the core of the remedy? What is the most important and which is present everywhere? He starts with that at the physical level, at the mind level. What is the affinity, pathogenesis? Then he talks about the mind, and then he talks about the all particulars. Okay, and every particular he will give the common core which is there in the remedy. So if you read the introduction given by Jugal Kishore to the Kant's Materia Medica, what he writes, you can see a running red strand through all the symptoms. So there is a strand, there is a common thread which is running all symptoms. And this common thread is the core. This common thread, you have to hold that common thread, and you will understand whole the remedy. And Kant has written in his preface, he has been criticized for the repetition of characteristic symptoms. If something is important in that remedy, if Kant feels this is the core of this remedy, he will write it again and again, in head, in chest, in extremities, in abdomen, again and again he will emphasize on that, on those sensation, words, phenomenon, modalities. And he said, I have been criticized for this, but he said the repetition of characteristic is important. Because of this, the beginner will easily grasp the medicine. So you can think, Kant has catered the need of beginners also, as well as the experienced senior practitioners also. Okay. So when you read the Kant, you will able to understand what is the core of the remedy, what is the gist, what is there which is present everywhere. And I have to remember that. If I understood that, the whole remedy becomes easy, to understanding of whole remedy becomes easy for me, right? For example, if you read Cactus Grandiflorus from the Kant, so first line of Cactus Grandiflorus is constriction, contraction and congestion run through cactus. This is the first line of Kent's Materia Medica of Cactus Grandiflorus. Read carefully. 3 words: constriction, contractions, and congestions. And he gives this sensation how it present in head, eyes, abdomen, chest, extremities, everywhere. And he ends Cactus with the same line, with the same sensation. What he writes at the end, the last line of Cactus Grandiflorus is, it has cured intermittent fever of the congestive type, where the congestions are here and there, but particularly of head with constriction, congestion, and contractions. So when you read Cactus Grandiflorus from the Kent's Materia Medica, so these words get embossed on your mind. And whenever you see the patient talking about constriction, contraction, obviously Cactus Grandiflorus will come into the mind, and you will try to rule out the possibility of Cactus Grandiflorus. I remember one of my case, the girl was having migraine, severe migraine, okay, left-sided migraine, eye pain, and she said, I feel as if blood has collected here, and I feel constriction. My eye is getting constricted, as if pain, as if there is lot of constriction. In dreams also, she narrated 2-3 dreams, and her feeling is she is being constricted. And I prescribed her Cactus Grandiflorus, and she responded beautifully to that. So this is the idea. And when you get the core of the remedy, you can anytime you can go and refer the particulars from the repertory, from the Materia Medica, and you can confirm the remedy, right? So how to study Materia Medica? That answer also Kent has given in Preface. What he writes in Preface, there is no royal road to perfect understanding of Materia Medica. You take one book, read, and now I have understood Materia Medica. It will not happen. So what he says, the Materia Medica can be learned by careful study and by using it. This is very important. One thing is, there is no royal road. You have to read Kent, you have to read Fatak, you have to read Boric, you have to go to the source books, right? And you will develop the idea. It is the tedious process. That is what Kent says in Preface. But the understanding will be complete when you use it. Mark the Kent's word. So unless and until you use the remedies in your practice, the understanding will be incomplete. So my friends, it's my request, please read Kent's Materia Medica, try to apply in your practice, and you will see there will be the difference in result. So you read, and for the fun activity, you can read Cactus Grandiflorus from the Kent, and you can count how many times Kent has written this constriction, contraction, and congestion in Cactus Grandiflorus. So for the fun activity, you can count, and you can comment this in the comment box, how many times you found this. And definitely you read Materia Medica and share your experience. Thank you.